Welcome to RV and Travel Adventures. My name is Jesus Manuel Menagarza. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. It's mid-January 2025, and I already installed a 300 amp hour EleGear battery in my travel trailer. I took out two AO lithium batteries, each 100 amp hours, for a combined capacity of 200 amp hours, both 12 volt lithium batteries. The AO lithium batteries also have Bluetooth capacity and a lot of features that the EleGear, more bare bones battery, does not. So I wanted to talk about what am I going to be doing in the next few months, at least I had planned in the next few months for those two AO lithium batteries that I got sitting in one of my studio spaces. One of my spaces, my workspaces. And I said, I was thinking about making a portable power station. I see a lot of people making portable power stations. I've made rudimentary portable power stations. I made about 3 of them already. And I have them, and I sold a couple of them. I actually gave them to people who needed trolling motors here in the Fort Worth area. And I have one left using a very small sealed lead acid battery. But I was thinking about making a portable power station using two 100 amp hour AO lithium batteries and, buying a bunch of stuff and constructing it. Just like a lot of the folks on the old YouTube make it sound a lot of fun. You have to understand a lot of these folks on the old YouTube get stuff free. Just like I got my batteries from EleGear and AO lithium free for a review from these Chinese manufacturers. Of course, a lot of these Chinese manufacturers don't live down the street here, and they can't, show a person installing a battery at a state or local park, campground. So that's what I did for the folks at EleGear. I installed them. Their 300 amp hour. That was a beast. I think it was about 75 pounds. That's significant weight. I installed that in my Rockwood Mini Light 2205 about a month ago over there at Meridian State Park, just about an hour and a half from here. So I showed the ordeal. I'll leave links in the description, maybe, if I remember, to that, unboxing and installation videos, okay? So I quantified on 2 sheets of paper the cost of making a portable power generator. And this is, I did some research. I went to my Amazon and I said, what would be the price to construct one of these? So it ended up being quite a bit more than I bargained for. Don't forget, I already have the batteries and I got them for free from the folks at EleGear and AO Lithium. So let's talk about some of the prices. Of course, some of these prices are in the mid-range. I decided let's get something that's a good quality, not a poor quality that I never heard about, some strange name that I never heard about. Again, much of this stuff is made in China, except some of the cables and some of the odds and ends are made in los Estados Unidos, the good old United States. Again, the United States is really... the politicians of America are doing a tremendous disservice to the citizens of the United States by saying drill, baby, drill all the time. Drill, baby, drill. And it's all about oil and gas. And of course, a lot of our politicians are bought and paid for by the oil and gas lobby. So the United States hasn't invested enough in the production of economical lithium batteries and solid-state batteries and all these new technologies that are coming around. We haven't invested in those, and we haven't invested in manufacturing of affordable inverters and parts and stuff like that. So we got to start doing that again. Of course, that's easier said than done, especially when you talk to the politician. He's going to say, drill, baby, drill, drill, baby, drill, baby, drill. Because they're bought and paid for by those people that say you dig for the oil and gas. And of course the The great majority of the American populace doesn't understand the value of clean, energy produced by batteries and such. I'm not saying it's perfectly clean, but it's cleaner than burning and spewing gas and sending it out into the ether, causing damage to our ozone, causing global warming. Again, that's my spiel. So let's get back into this. Enough politics. Nobody wants to hear that stuff. So these are middling, in the mid-range, not the high end, not the low end. Of course, the high end can be very expensive. So inverter, I was thinking about a 2,000 watt inverter, 12 volt to 110, not 12 volt to 24 volt, not 12 volt to 48 volt, not 12 volt to, to 110 volt and a bunch of other stuff going on. Like it has a charger, MPPT charge controller and AC charger, and the list goes on. Again, this is a 12 volt to 110 volt clean sine wave. This is critical, of course, clean sine wave. You don't want your electronics to get destroyed. Anything with a chip destroyed by the folks who make these inverters. Not a modified sine wave. Clean sine wave, or some people call it pure sine wave, okay? So this is an inverter by the folks at Gyandel. It's a 2,000 watt. I thought a 2,000 watt was a good range. I was thinking about a 1,500. I was thinking about 3,000. I was thinking about 1,000 or 2,200. But I said, let's just get something around 2,000. And I like the fact that the Gyandel has a display right in the front. So you can see most of the good information. It sort of, guesses, of course, some of that data, but it's pretty reliable, good information. It's a good starting point. Yes, a good starting point. So that's a Gyandel inverter. Costs about $215 right now on the old Amazon. There are higher end inverters on the market that go for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 that are 2,000 watt, 12 volt to 110, 120. Okay, and they got some cheaper ones. I know Lead Time makes one for about $20 less, and then some other manufacturers make them for quite a bit less. But I decided on Gyandel. It has high ratings, so for $215 you can get an inverter. So why would you want an inverter? Basically, it converts. You plug it into your battery, and then from the 12 volt, it converts it to something you can use inside your house or RV. 110, 120, volt. So you can plug in your refrigerator, you can plug in your toaster, you can plug in whatever you want. A lot of folks that do reviews plug in a heat gun. I would like to see them plug in a toaster, put in some toast, pow, and then see a ping. Hey, that worked pretty good, and stuff like that. So it's a valuable tool for folks who do an RVing and have sheds out there that you throw in a couple solar panels, etc., and you call it good. Okay, an MPPT charge controller. They vary tremendously in price. You can get an MPPT 30 amp, charge controller for about $75. Average price is about $100. Some of the nicer ones with significant capacities. Again, significant capacities for about $150, $200. But I found, I think it was a Victron model. I think it was a 30 amp model for $122. And they're a very reliable brand. They're pretty much the top of the line units. And a lot of people say, hey, I like those Victron products. They are very nice. They're blue, which improves the quality, by the way, by being blue, okay? So a Victron for $122, 30 amp charge controller. And then, of course, bus bars. Bus bars, again, why would you want an MPPT charge controller? It's more efficient than, pulse width modulated. PWM. Oops, I'm sorry about that. Let me move my little mic. Pulse width modulated. It's more efficient, and takes advantage of the juice coming in from the solar or whatever. Again, if you're not going to use solar, you don't need this part. You don't need a charge controller. You can just plug it in your wall socket. Buy yourself a charger, of course. Plug it into the wall socket and just charge up your batteries and put them in the corner and call it good. Again, a typical lithium battery loses maybe 1-2%, as long as nothing's connected to it, over a year. I've had lithium batteries in my storage area, and they haven't lost any juice over a year. Super good as compared to other kinds of batteries, especially if you have any sort of anything connected to them. Then they're going to drop slowly but sure, imperceptibly, but they're going to drop. So MPPT or not, you can grab one of those for $122 by the folks at Victron. Wow. And of course, bus bars. What are the value of bus bars? You connect your battery to a bus bar, and that bus bar has about 4 or 5 connections, 2 connections, 3 connections, 4 connections, and you can connect other things in the other areas. So you have multi-channels. Hey, that's a good word. Multiple channels of output and input via bus bars. Of course, some bus bars are the metal in the bus bar is super thin. Wow, you can barely see them. Wow. No, you want a thicker bus bar, a high-quality bus bar for the electricity from your battery to go to your other units. You want it nice and thick, high quality, and highly functional. So that's only about $25 for a high-quality set of bus bars, distribution bars. Of course, I also wanted a Victron shunt. They sell them for about $100 now. They're cheaper. They used to be $150. They went down to $100. Again, a 12-volt, 500-amp Bluetooth shunt. Of course, that comes off your negative pole, and the first thing you get is about a few inches. You got to put the shunt there, and that shunt will tell you all kinds of great stuff on your Bluetooth app. You're going, hey, I didn't know that. That's surprising. It's doing pretty good. You can check what's going on with your battery right there. And it's probably the most valuable piece in understanding what the situation is going on with your batteries. Again, battery prices have gone down tremendously. I was looking on the old, Amazon website. You can buy a 100-amp hour, 12-volt lead time for about $200 now. Wow, that's pretty cheap. Lithium battery, good quality battery. So you can buy all kinds of from Velocity. The prices have gone down, 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 down. Unless Trump says, "Hey, we got to add 100%, charge above it. So we're going to put all these tariffs." Should be very interesting what happens in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028 with the Trump administration. So bus bars, shunt from the folks at Victron. There's other manufacturers. I know that Renogy makes a nice one, but I didn't like their app very much. Windy Nation, high quality. I really liked Windy Nation, especially the flexibility of their cables. Some cables are like super thick. But they're not very flexible. But the Windy Nations are also thick, but they're also a little bit more pliable, so you can bend them around a little bit of a corner, bend them from here to there. It doesn't have to go way over there because it's such, not a very flexible cable. So Windy Nation sells wire 10 feet by 2, so you get red and black, 10 feet worth for about $100. That's a good price. And that's a high-quality Windy Nation, made in los Estados Unidos, as the French would say. And so that's pretty good. That's about $100, $95, around that range. Then you need a tool to cut that wire. Slicer, big slicer. It cuts that big cable, thick cable. Not your 32, American wire gauge, or 8 gauge or 16 gauge, nothing like that. It's called, 1/0 or 2/0. I'm talking about the big cable. Bam! And again, that wire that I was talking about was, I think it was 1/0, 1/0, and 2/0 were pretty much very similar price points. And that tool, in a nice little case, I found one. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Again, I'll have links in the description in case you want to access it or just look at it. Take a peek. Hey, that's an interesting tool. It's a crimping tool to crimp your, do the crimps to make sure those lugs are on there properly and mechanically sound. And they also have a cutting tool. Slice your cables. Nice. You're not going to use your scissors, by the way. You're going to have to buy a significant tool to cut them. And that's $52. I'm 99.9999% sure that's made in China. Again, all you folks out there are wondering, why are all these things made in China? Why can't we make them in the good old United States? Tell that to the boss of the company, the American boss of the company, the boss of the company who lives in in this beautiful $10 million home in outskirts of Pittsburgh and Cleveland and Detroit and wherever, Salt Lake City, said, hey, I can make it cheaper over there in China. All I have to do is fire all my employees. That's all. I keep the design crew and say, hey, the people that do the marketing, but we'll make more money by having the Chinese make it. In fact, we'll send all our equipment to make this stuff to China, and they'll make it for us. And that's bad. So blame those folks, the 1%, the 2%, the folks that own the companies for selling out to the Chinese and saying, hey, we can make this much money by making it in China as compared to this much money. And since I'm making this much money, it all goes to me, the boss, the big boss. That's how America works, boys and girls. That's how Trump works. That's how Musk works. That's how Bezos works. Zuckerberg. All these folks work. They know how to work the system. They pay less taxes than you and I. Some of them don't pay any taxes. Again, I digressed into politics. I apologize. I'm an old lefty from the San Francisco Bay Area, now living in Fort Worth, Texas. So a circuit breaker, you can buy a circuit breaker for, different types, block fuses, folks, circuit breakers that you actually push a little lever, and then when the circuit goes off, punk, it goes bing and disconnects things. Circuit breakers go for around $30, $20-$30. You can buy a pair of those for the positive and one for the negative somewhere down the line. You could just do that. And also, if you want to do it for the charge controller, you can put another one there. Hey, why not? So I added up the price for all this stuff. It does not include a box or anything. And does not include the price of the batteries. Was $650, approximately $650. So if you had to buy your batteries, let's say you bought 200 amp hours of batteries for $300 right now, the prices have gone down. When Trump has the tariffs, it might be $500, $600, but right now it's $300. And so that's close to $1,000. That does not even include a box. Let's say you get one of those boxes at one of the big box stores. Hey, that's how they got their name. One of the big box stores, and you get a rolling cart or something, or you build your own. That's going to cost you anywhere from $50 to $100. So definitely over $1,000. So I was looking at the price of 200 amp hours. Apparently, 200 amp hours times 12 is 2,400 watt hours. If I do my math right, I am wrong. If I did my math wrong, just leave a comment below and say, Jesus Garza, what school did you go to? And tell us why you said 2,400 watt hours when it's wrong, okay? So 2,400 watt hours, I'm talking about a generic Chinese-made portable power station with all the plugs already built in and everything, a little box and a plastic box and a MPPT charge controller. The list goes on and on and on. It's all there. Goes for about $800. A generic, they say it's 2,400 watt hours, but might be less. They might be devious. Anybody want to take one of those things apart and look inside? Hey, I did a test. It's not even that. It's more. Fantastic, huh? So you can buy an EcoFlow right now, and they're advertising them on the old Amazon. The Delta 2 Max for $1,100. That's $1,100 to you and I for, again, 2,400 watt hours. So I decided I think my wife actually decided for me to say, Jesus, God, you're not going to spend some money on that little project of yours making a portable power generator. Just leave those batteries out there, charge them once a year, just top them off and call it good. Because I already have a charger, a very nice Victron smart charger. I have one of those and I just plug it in once in a while. Blah, 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 blah. And don't spend the money, Jesus, because I got plans for that money, she says, my wife. By the way, my wife and I have spent a winter break, mid-December to mid-January. She spent 5 weeks at home as a professor, hanging out with me, giving me marching orders. Say, clean that, wash that, shampoo that, fix that. And I was very happy having my wife home. Today, she left for work. Back at the university, she's back being the professor. She has meetings this week, and then next week starts teaching classes. So I'm by myself. I'm going to be producing more videos. I'm thinking about going to motorhome specialist, shooting this very low-end Class C and checking out some other vehicles. Typically on a Monday, motorhome specialist is very quiet, especially right now. It's about 29 degrees here in Fort Worth. I doubt anybody's going to be there. So again, this is my project I was thinking about, but I'm thinking about not doing it right now. Again, the summer of 26, we're going to be selling our house, and we're going to be RVing. We're going to put our stuff in storage, pay about $100, $200 for storage, but not paying any home insurance, not paying anything, not paying, taxes on a house or anything. We're going to be living free on the road. Wow. And we're going to be traveling from Fort Worth, Texas, through New Mexico, through Arizona, then through California. We may stay with some friends in LA, have some friends in LA. They said, we can park in their driveway anytime. And I said, please excuse me as I run over your hedges. I apologize. So we're going to be staying with them for a while in Southern California. Very nice house, very nice community. And then we're going to go visit my sister in San Jose on her ranch. She has quite a few acres looking over the valley. And my other sister has a ranch just below her. Both of them have ranches. They have competing ranches. They both have, animals, mammals grazing there and having a great time. Turkeys, mountain lions. So I'm thinking about parking it. That one's going to be easy to park because the entrance to her, property is about 50 feet. I should be able to back up into that space, connect an electrical cord, leave my my Rockwood Mini Light 2205S just plugged in there and call it good. Okay, that should be pretty good. And should be a lot of fun, huh? I'll just stay there for about a week until my tanks get full. And maybe I'll use a porta potty. Just pull out not use the black tank, but use a porta potty because I have a porta potty. Just leave it in there and do my business. And once in a while, get that porta potty and go into the house and go, brink. Thank you very much. The key to using a porta potty and not having it stink a hell of a lot is put not just one tablet, put 2 or 3 tablets in there just to get rid of the funk. I'm not saying I'm the funkiest guy in the world, but most people, let me get my mic over here. I'm getting excitable. Most people leave a bit of a smell. You probably don't have any smell. I apologize. But me and my wife and people I know smell a little bit when they poop, okay? So we got to put the extra tablets in there. So after that, we're going to drive up to the first place near Sacramento and look at houses. We're going to contact a realtor and sign a contract for a week and look at houses and go, hey, that one's nice. Hey, that one's nice. Again, most of my friends live in Sacramento, San Jose, San Francisco, Tiburon, and, San Rafael. The list goes on. Salinas, everybody. And most of my brothers and sisters live in San Jose. Okay. And of course, San Francisco. So we're going to go to Sacramento, which is more affordable. Maybe look at houses, see what's available that's affordable. Again, I'm going to be retired. I'm already retired. My wife's going to be retired by that time, hopefully. And we're going to be looking at houses, park our RV and go look at houses, go, hey, this is a nice little house. Everything is, fantastic. And we're going to look at that. Then we're going to go to the next stop, up Northern California, up the route. Then make a right. And then we're going to go to what's that city called? Chico, California. I love Chico. Chico's probably my number one option because it has a nice college, Chico State University, and my wife can go down there and go to her academic events. They're going to have a speaker, speak and talk, and she'll be over there. Yes, I concur or don't concur. And she can go to those events and she can have her, check out the culture at the university because she's used to that. She's used to the culture at the university. After Chico, we'll be there for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. Who knows? We like Chico quite a bit. And then we'll go to Redding, stay there for a week. I prefer Redding, but it doesn't have a college. Has a community college, has a Christian college. No, I'm not a big fan of, but Chico's has a nice college, nice downtown. We've been there many, many times. Redding, we've been there many, many times. And then from Redding, we're going to go to the coast and to Arcata and Eureka and look at houses down there. Hey, my wife wants to live by the beach. I say, hey, it's too cold by the beach. It's always cold. It's very, very cold by the beach. And Arcata is such a tiny little hippie town. It's a hippie town. I'm seriously hippie town. Hippie, hippie, hippie. That's where all the marijuana growers are in that area. The old school P4 legalization marijuana growers live in that area. So very little inventory, but we might have some luck. And I'm pretty sure if we find something there that's affordable, that we like, that's not a single wide or a double wide, or not an estate in the mountains in the fire-prone areas. We want to be downtown, away from the trees. I've learned from my experience that California in the past used to have fires. Fires, mudslides, and floods. That's what California is famous for during certain parts of the season. First there's the fires, then there's the mudslides, then there's the floods. That's how California works, especially in Southern California. And I told my wife, we're not going to buy a house in the middle of the forest. No way, Jose. There's an area in Chico right next to the beautiful park. But I told my wife, that's a forest. We're not going to live there. We're not going to live. We have to live a few more blocks that way. A mile that way. I'd be happier, more content. Okay. So Arcata and Eureka are very nice communities. My wife likes them. And then we're going to go up north through Crescent City, where they do a lot of crabbing, and maybe check it out for a day or two. And then we're headed to Medford, Oregon, and check out the homes there. We might stay with some friends over there. We have some friends over there. Old, very old friends down there, and stay with them for a while. And maybe park our RV in their driveway. We're going to look at houses in Medford and Grants Pass, but the big thing I don't like about Medford and Grants Pass is serious homelessness issues, serious drug issues down in those two communities. Very bad. I'm not saying anywhere else in the United States there's not those issues, but they have them out in the open, okay? It's, you go to the park, hey, that guy's shooting up. Awesome. That's awesome. That guy's passed out. That guy's urinating next to on our tires. That's amazing. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Looks really shiny now. So I appreciate you watching my channel. This has been Jesus Manuel Menagarza talking about my portable power station, portable power generator, my plans. Maybe I'll use if we get a house in one of these communities, it has a little outbuilding that we can insulate, put some solar panels on the roof. Hey, I can put the portable power generator or just run a line, alternating current line down there and call it good. But in case of an emergency, hope you're doing fantastic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Muchas gracias a todos ustedes. Again, I thank all my subscribers. I think I have 3,400 right now. My goal is in 2025, is to get to 4,000 subscribers. Dare to dream. Wow. Again, this is my hobby. I don't work for a company. I don't work for an RV dealership. I don't work for the National Park Service or the State Park Service. I don't work for any of these folks. I just work for Jesus Manuel Menagarza, and these are my hobbies. Once in a while, some people send me some stuff, and I review it, and I call it good, you know. But I'm an independent contractor. Hope you're doing fantastic. Don't forget to leave your kind and friendly comments. Below, abajo, leave your kind and friendly comments. It helps the algorithm if you just say hi. Just say hi, and it helps the algorithm. Check out my website specifically for this channel, rvta.myportfolio.com. That's differentiated from my commercial website, jmmgarza.com. And of course, you can become a member. And right below on the bottom periphery somewhere, you can press a button and give me $5 or $1. I would greatly appreciate it. Defray some of my costs. Again, I don't depend on this channel for my income. My wife is an excellent financial planner, and she's planned my whole life. She says, Jesus, this is what we're going to do. And I say, thank you very much for deciding for me what I'm going to do. You're the best. So I'm doing okay financially, thanks to my wife. And so I don't really need a lot of money from this channel. It's just a lot of fun to produce these videos and talk about stuff that I'm interested in. I enjoy fishing. I enjoy camping. I enjoy the great American outdoors. Recently, my wife said, let's go to Paris. Let's go to Czech Republic. Let's go to Prague. Let's go to Bruges. And I say, why? You want to go there? I want to go camping. I want to go to the national parks. I want to see a tree. I want to see a river. I want to see a lake. I want to hold a fish in my hand that's wiggling and then bam him in the head and put him in my cooler. That's what I want to do. Ocean fishing, freshwater fishing, hanging out in Mother Nature. But my wife's all about infrastructure. She says, we're going to go to Paris, like it or not. We're going to go to Bruges, like it or not. And we're going to go hang out and go check out all the museums and all the churches and go to all these restaurants. And we're going to take a train here and train there. And you're going to come with me, like it or not, Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. I said, okay, I guess so, huh? Thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget, we do offer, you can become a Patreon member, patreon.com/jmmgarza. It's very affordable, $1, $2, whatever you can afford to support my channel. And again, I'd like to thank my Patreon members. Muchas gracias a todos a ustedes. This is Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic wherever you're at. Gracias. Don't forget to ring the bell for future notifications. Adios. Bye-bye.